Hey guys, David's here, and I'm back finally with another classic review for you guys. Well, it is classic, not very classic. It's early 2000s. First of all, I hope everybody's been doing great. I hope everybody has a great week. I know con season's pretty much over now, but did anybody go to any great cons? If you're in the Georgia area, did you go to AWA? I wanted to go, but couldn't go. Car issues, a little bit of money issues, timing issues. I really want to see Miyabi live. I've seen him before, but I want to see him again this year. But anyway, enough rambling. I'm finally back with another review for you guys. This review is of a 2000s anime, and it is called Android Kikaider. Android Kikaider is, if not mistaken, is based on a live action series similar to like Kamen Rider or Power Rangers, in that same genre of like Monster of the Week, you know, superhero-ish people type things. It's in that same genre. It's also a manga. But yeah, so I watched it. It's 13 episodes. It is dubbed, and Android Kikaider is really good. Like, I fell in love with the series after about 3 or 4 episodes. It's so good. The main premise of the show is your main character, Jiro. Jiro is a boy who is developed in his lab, a la Astro Boy or Pinocchio, that kind of thing, you know. He's developed in his lab by this doctor. The doctor has a daughter and also a younger son. The lab blows up, and the daughter and the younger son escape, and Jiro also escapes. But the thing is, the daughter and the younger son had no idea about Jiro. He was developing this lab, you know, other parts of the house. They had no idea that he even existed. So after the explosion, they kind of take in Jiro as a brother. They see him as a brother, they treat him as their brother, until they realize that he is half android, and he can transform into this like robot guy and then transform back into human form. And that's kind of how the premise of the story goes. Jiro's the main character, Suko is the sister, and their other younger brother, I forgot his name, but their other younger brother, he's around anywhere from 6 to maybe 8. The mother's gone. You get a little bit of that later on. The mother she is left, and so at first couple episodes, you get a relationship between Jiro and Masuko, and when she sees him turn into the robot, she kind of backs away because she's a bit terrified, and she sees him as this monster. And we kind of go into the premise of Jiro trying to find himself. Is he really a human? Is he really an android? Can he have feelings? Does he have no feelings? And the story kind of progresses from there. We go into this Monster of the Week type of thing, where there turns out there are actually other android / humans that have been developed. There's more of them. They call Jiro their brother, and they've been commanded by someone else to take him out. And so we go in the process of him fighting each one of these different androids to take them out before we take him out. And that's kind of the process of the story as we go and dig in deeper, and we get more characters, more backstory. You find out why certain things have happened this way, why Jiro was created. You get different dabs of story here and there. 2 of my favorite arcs, though, from the whole show. There's the arc where Jiro meets this woman, where he stays with her for maybe a day or 2. And she thought he was this other guy who she had originally liked. She ran into, he was a guy in a motorcycle type gang, and he also, if not mistaken, was android. And so she thought he was him coming back, and he looks like Jiro to a certain degree. She lets Jiro in. Jiro stays with her. Jiro has to leave. She kind of leaves her door open for him, saying, you know, you're welcome to come back anytime. Jiro meets the other guy, and him and the other guy end up actually fighting one of the other monsters, and in the process the other guy gets killed, but he gets killed protecting Jiro and telling Jiro to tell her that, you know, in a sense he sort of did love her, and that he wanted to come back to her. that was a great storyline. I really, really, really enjoyed that. And my second favorite storyline was when they finally do meet Masako and her younger brother's mother. Now, granted, when the mother left, the younger child, he was maybe 2, maybe 3. He was still a baby when the mother left. So they finally find the mother, and she's so cold and so emotionless, and it's almost as like she saw her children as a burden to her. Like, they were something, because you find out she actually had them as part of her mission. She was commanded to have children, and commanded to it was just like, we need you to have children so we can do A, B, and C, and she just did it, and then just went about her way. And it was so cold to see a parent be able to talk to her child. Granted, Masako, she's 15, 16, she can handle it a little more. She really wanted to do with the mother. She could handle it. But the younger child, he's 7 or 8 years old, and his mother's telling him to his face that she wanted nothing to do with him. She never really wanted anything to do with him. She only had him because she was told to have him, and that he should just leave her alone. And it's so cold. And then it ends with her killing herself in front of her children. And that was easily one of the most, like, shocking things I've seen in this anime. It wasn't even the fact that it was a suicide, but the fact that they let her commit suicide in front of her very young son. It was a tad bit disturbing, I will not lie. It was such an emotional scene that just, when it happened, it was that quick, and you were like, okay. And that kind of sets the downward spiral for where the show goes story-wise. I mean, not downward spiral as in bad, but downward spiral as in just everything starting to fall into place. Everything goes, and then you kind of get the conclusion of the series. But it's so good. There's so many characters, so many monsters, and the thing is, certain monsters, I hate to call them monsters, certain android humans, they have a good backstory, and each one has their reason for doing what they're doing. And each character, the doctor, so other people you find out later on, the mother, each one has their own portion of the story and explains why they're doing what they're doing. Oh, and may I add, I am an otaku, so we tend to have our waifus, as we say. Masako's so hot. She's really hot, and she just is. I'm just going to throw it out there, and she's very, very attractive. So yeah, now that part's clear. No, Android Kikaider is a really, really good series. Like I said, it's very monster of the week, and if you don't like that type of thing, you may not like it. But story-wise, I feel like while the story is at certain parts basic, like I said, monster of the week, dealing with Jiro's emotions, while certain parts of it are basic, it gets so deep, and each person kind of has their own story twined in, that it just makes for a really good series. And there's only 13 episodes, and before doing this review, I just found out that there's actually a sequel that's 4 episodes, and I will be watching that very, very soon, because I am in love with this series. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I want to cosplay Jiro. Now, he has this guitar that he plays, and he has these goggles, and the whole thing is just really, really awesome. If you like stuff like Power Rangers or Kamen Rider, I highly recommend this show, because that's definitely what it is. It's just an anime version of that. So if you like those kind of shows, I recommend it. If you like robot type animes, I recommend it. If you don't like those kind of shows, you may not like this. The story may keep you around, but at the same time, it may not. So if you're not into those kind of genres, I say watch maybe the first 3 episodes and see if it clicks. If not, then I understand why you would drop it. But if you are a fan of those type of things, especially Power Rangers, I definitely recommend it. Even Astro Boy, it has an Astro Boy feel to it, the way he's created. So if you like those kind of things, I recommend it. I gave it a, I want to say I gave it a 9 out of 10 on my anime list. I really, really loved it. Like I said, it is dubbed. I watched on Kiss Anime. I don't know if it's on anything legal. Probably not. I can assume that it is. If it is, it would probably be something like maybe Crunchyroll. They might either Crunchyroll or maybe like Crackle. Excuse me. Check Crackle, Tubi TV, Viewster, or maybe Viki. Check one of those four first, see if they have it, because it is an older series. So one of those four may have it. If not, check Crunchyroll, but I don't think it's on any site legally, so you would have to just go to a fan sub site. But it's really worth the watch. Like, it's only 13 minutes and it's dubbed, and you can, for the most part, you can watch, you can cut it on and do something else while it's playing and just kind of listen to where the story is going and glimpse back every now and then, and you should still be fine as far as following the flow of the show. So yeah, that's my review of the 2000 anime Android Kikaider. Loved it. Very, really good show with really good characters and a really good story. And the main premise of the show is to teach people that just because we're different, whether you're human or not, treat everybody the same. Treat everybody the same, and that doesn't mean you can't be family. Because Jiro's an android human, and Misoko and her brother are real humans. But that bond of love and connection still join them together. And no matter what, they saw him as their brother and not just as some android that they met. And so that family bond was there, even though there was no actual blood ties. And that's the moral of the story. So yeah, I'll probably be back next week or the week after. I'm planning to do videos every 2 weeks in my plan. So I'll be back in about 2 weeks with a hopefully another bark for you guys. Another bark, maybe another bonus puppy, and another review. I am planning to review the anime 11 Eyes coming up very soon, so that'll be the next review coming up. So yeah, until next time, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, leave a thumbs up or thumbs down, however you're feeling for the day. Check out the blog at talkingpuppy.blogspot.com. Also check out our audio only podcast on Anchor, where I do OVA reviews and news hours where I discuss the latest anime news, anime, video game news, stuff like that. So yeah, until next time, maho, 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 out.